2025 was another big year for Cake Ventures, but I believe that 2026 is going to be even bigger. If you're investing or building in 2026, I want to hear about how you're planning on changing the world. But first, let's start by looking back at 2025. I'm Monique Woodard. I'm the founding partner at Cake Ventures, a seed stage firm focused on investing in companies at the intersection of technology and demographic changes. It was really a year of making sure that we have the right systems in place to grow into our next phase. And so that means hiring a CFO, bringing on new team members, and changing the way that we manage financial reporting and things like that. They're really important for the next phase of growth that we're going to be in. We did some investments in 2025, of course. One of the companies that we invested in is a company called Tenure. Tenure is an insurtech product that helps middle-class professionals protect themselves against layoffs. Every American worker deserves layoff protection, and I was really interested in investing in Tenure because it solves something that is so needed and so timely and solves it in a very long-term way. I also invested in a company called Cubes, which uses advanced manufacturing and 3D printing to change the way that shoes are manufactured. Again, another investment that is very timely given not only tariffs, but also the fact that a lot of enterprises and shoe production wants to strengthen their supply chain and really would love to reshore their manufacturing back to the United States. Both of these companies are building on top of changes that are happening right now in real time, but they are building software and they are building businesses that can be around and can be relevant for the long term. And those are the types of investments that I love making. Some of the big things that happened in the Cake portfolio this year have been pretty exciting. We had our second acquisition, a company called Joshin was acquired by Rethink Behavioral Health, and we are very excited for the successful acquisition and watching the founders go on to a new phase of their company. I'm also excited to see so many of the companies hitting amazing revenue milestones. Pamper and Death Clock in particular have had really inspiring revenue growth this year. And all of the companies have really showed up and just brought their A game, and founders are exceeding in ways that it's just really inspiring. I also, in 2025, collaborated with one of my favorite venture capital funds, Springbank Collective. We collaborated on a white paper called Navigating the Silver Economy. We both invest across aging and caregiving and all of these like sort of later stage life moments. And it was a really important white paper to put out because it really just continues to hammer home the fact that our world is getting older globally and that we need to be thinking differently about aging consumers and things that people will need and software that they will need as they get older. One of the things that stood out from that research is older people, seniors, they are actually most influenced by people like financial advisors or medical doctors or their pastor at church. I find that really interesting, and it makes for new potential pathways for future distribution for products. 2026 is really all about the continued process of firm building for us. You know, I'm really thinking about how I can build Cake Ventures into the biggest and best venture firm possible. And that means new partnerships with founders, new partnerships with investors and limited partners, new partnerships with other venture capital firms. I'm really just interested in meeting the people who what we're building at Cake resonates with what they're building in their companies, and they're ready to dig in and do the hard work to make this company the best it can be. We're seeing the continued rise of important technologies like AI, but we're also seeing the continuation of things like our population aging rapidly, fertility declining in many parts of the world, you know, the increased spending power of women leading to the trillion-dollar female economy. When you invest on top of these things, but also add in a platform shift, which is AI, it just creates really, really interesting ground to build companies on top of and to invest in companies. And so I think that these are the two most exciting things to be investing in right now, which is AI combined with demographic change. If you want to know more about demographic change and how I invest across these major demographic shifts, download our newest white paper, Demographic Revolution. I'll leave the link in the box below, and take a look, and I'll see you next time.